Welcome to my channel. My name is Erone and I am so excited about today's topic because it's one of my favorite topics in the whole world. Today we're going to be talking about marriage. Dun, 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 dun. Oh guys, so if you're new here, I film about all things family like marriage, parenting, motherhood, and all the things in between. Today, I want us to have a conversation about myths in marriage, like those myths in society about marriage and my experience. Myth number one is love is enough to make marriage work. So many people are convinced that as long as they love each other, as long as, they have this chemistry between themselves, that their marriage is going to be successful. And I was so sure that as long as I find a man who loves me, who is going to adore me, and be there waiting to make all my dreams come true, our marriage is going to be perfect. Wrong. I was so wrong. A good marriage needs more than love to thrive. A good marriage takes work. A good marriage takes intentionality. It needs grace, forgiveness, patience, and all those things. So love is not enough. You have to work more and harder at making your marriage work. You have to work on communication, go through your past baggage, and so many other things. I know so many people whose marriages fail. I have read, I have seen so many people whose marriages fail, yet they love each other. Can you imagine? So that only goes to show that love is not enough. But when you put in the work and the intentionality, you are able to come to a place where your love actually grows and is being sustained by all this underground effort that you have been doing. So today, go out there and do the work it takes to make your marriage thrive. Myth number 2 is sex will sustain marriage. So I know that our society has idolized sex in marriage and made us feel like if you give your husband enough sex, if you do it often, that's when your marriage will be sustained. But guys, that's honestly not true. I was reading about a research which showed that the time spent doing sex in marriage is like so cartoon. Like if you look at it, you just laugh and go like, yee. You mean after all these 10 years, this is the only time? Like, sex is not enough to make a marriage thrive. Also, marriage is not all about sex. You know, when people are preparing to get married at bridal showers, they'll bring singers and all they're talking about is sex. Like you can feel like, is that what I'm going to do in marriage? But that's not true. There's more to marriage. After having the sex, the kids come and parenting takes up the bigger part of your life. There's homemaking, there's cooking, there's planning, there's dreaming, there's working. Like, hey, there's more to marriage than sex. As much as it's a vital part of marriage and is a glue in marriage, it's not the only thing that happens in marriage. There's more to it. And also, it doesn't happen in the morning, in the afternoon, lunchtime, dinner, supper, at night. Like, I remember feeling like there's someone who was advising me before I was getting married, and they were saying, like, if the guy taps you at night, even if he taps you 6 times, you have to be patient and wake up. Guys, it's not true that you're going to spend your entire night having sex and also wake up and have it during the day. Not true. Sex is good, but it's not all the time, though it should be on the table anytime. Another myth, I think this is myth number 3, there is about marriage in our society is that you need to get married to someone that you know fully. They tell you, please take time, study each other. Don't get married to someone before you know him fully. Don't get married to a girl before you know her fully. Understand her. Take your time. So people date for 5 years, 10 years. They are still studying each other. Sweetheart. You can never fully know someone. Even if you date someone for a decade, when you get married, there's going to be details that are new, especially if you've not been living together. But even if you've been living together, there's always new details that come up because of the new commitment after the wedding. So you can never fully know someone, even after marriage. like time into the marriage, there's always new things you're discovering about the person. First of all, because the person is evolving, they are changing, their likes and hobbies may change, their interests may change, their career may change. The only thing that may be constant is their value system. So instead of trying to know someone fully, what you need to focus on is their value system and beliefs. As long as they are in line with yours, you're good to go and your marriage will be good. Otherwise, for knowing someone fully, my dear, there's 30 years. Like, for example, for us, I got married to my husband when he was 29 years. So I can never fully know all the things that happened in his life for those 29 years that I didn't know him. And he will not know what happened in my 24 years of life before I got married. It will take a while. So we can never fully know each other. But the good thing is we have forever to unveil and learn each other. And that makes our marriage even more interesting. Myth number 4 is we always think that marriage is going to be a source of happiness. I was extremely convinced that my husband's number one role and priority in life was to make me happy. He's supposed to meet my needs. He's supposed to be there just wondering, what does Erone want? What is going to make Erone happy? What is she desiring? Like, I thought that was it. And so when it didn't happen, I was just like, hey, wait a minute. What is this guy thinking? Is he okay? Why is he not making me happy? And even when he tried his best, he always fell short, until I came to a discovery that my happiness and my fulfillment does not come from my spouse. And it's the same for you. Your fulfillment and happiness is not going to come from your spouse. It's going to come from your creator, the Lord God, because he made you and he has a purpose for you, and you'll only feel fulfilled when you are living your life according to that purpose. Imagine like a blender. It's supposed to blend things, to crush things. Now, if you put in water and you want it to cook for you water, boil for you water, you want it to do something that a pako does, it will be useless. That unfulfillment that we feel in our marriages is usually because we're not living according to God's purpose for us. So guess what? Your spouse is not going to make you happy. They can love you, they can treat you well and all, but ideally, entirely, at the end of the day, your fulfillment is going to come from God and serving his purpose for your life. Our last myth for today is marriage is hard. Guys, when you listen to the problems in marriage, like when you listen to people's stories out there, it can be very clear that marriage is hard. Sometimes you know these radio stations which have like a balua, and someone writes in like a 3-hour long story about how terrible marriage has been. The media is full of news about domestic violence, people being cheated on, divorce, and all sorts of things. Like, you look around you and you're convinced that marriage is bad, that happy marriages are not there, and that's something that, you know, that can unconsciously be embedded in your mind. But I've learned through my marriage and those of people I've seen around me, I've learned that happy marriages do exist. Media is just not covering them. People are just not out there trying to show that they're happy, but there are people who are happy. Like, you meet couples and you say, hey, guy, you were happy? How many years? They said 29. Like, wow, awesome. So marriage is not wholly hard. Yes, it may take work to thrive, but marriage can be good. Marriage can be amazing. I am an example. My marriage is not perfect, but it's not hard. Like, I enjoy it, my marriage, but I can confidently say that it's amazing, and it's been a growth journey, a journey I have enjoyed and still enjoying. And if you enjoyed today's video and found value in it, consider clicking the like button and subscribing, because that's encouraging to me. Share the video with your friends, and see you next time. Bye.